Grand Rising Sacred Spirit, welcome to your reading. It is a great honor and a privilege to be of service to you through the cards with my guides, aligning with your spirit in humility, gratitude, sincerity. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Juan, and this is Unity Soul Tarot. Let's have a look what the cards are giving you a message today, and I just feel drawn to share this message with you, and I'm not too sure what it is, but whatever it is, it feels like you need to hear this. So let's have a look at you. All right, Two of Pentacles, powerful card, a wonderful card because it speaks about the ease and the priorities at the moment, something that is adapted. You are adapting to change. You are being very courageous with the energies that are coming in right now. There's a lightness in your spirit as you step from side to side, as you navigate these colossal energy waves that are coming through at this moment. There's something inside of you that needs to regulate, bringing into alignment these various opportunities and feeling them in your hands. As you can see, the two beautiful pentacles there. So I'm going to place that card aside, and I want to just ask the deck, what is currently happening to encourage these energies and to bring you into this alignment? And the Lovers has popped up. The Lovers is really powerful. It's a card indicative of that balance within ourselves, the masculine, the feminine, but also love for yourself. Where does that start? Where do we begin to feel joy in our vulnerability? As you can see, the beautiful naked beings in the card. Are we comfortable with ourselves? Are we comfortable with one another to the point where we can feel beyond touching, comfortable to the point where we can experience beyond our senses? Sitting with someone or sitting with ourselves and being that energy, just being that consciousness, not having to touch, not having to experience the connection through any of the senses, not sight, not sound. And that is the lesson, that is the challenge, not to try to make somebody feel that we are here. They already know we're here. We don't need to make them feel that we are here. We are already here. So it is an incredible ebb and flow, a majestic ebb and flow. And that is the lesson, that is the challenge. So it is a wonderful challenge. And you are prioritizing. You are definitely working with so many aspects in your own life, in your career. You are trying to discover yourself, establish yourself, and maybe possibly choose a new line of income, or also something that's creative, that brings you a lot of joy. But this incredible balance between the light and the dark. Yeah, very, very beautiful. Ooh, you've got the Wheel of Fortune beneath you, so you've got all these beautiful karmic energies. It's also an alignment of fascinating foundation of your life has been an incredible journey, one where if you were to write a book about your life, people would say, wow, you are a really, truly fascinating human being. And this journey, this karmic ride, this cycle has been incredible. Your dance with your shadow, your dance with your light, the dance under the moon, the dance under the sun. It's just been something that's really remarkable, something to hold space for you in the foundation of where it is at the moment. Because you are such a multi-dimensional being, there is nothing really that can surprise you besides loud voices, loud noises, at a particular place or wherever you are, wherever you find yourself. But you've also, you are an incredible soul. And this is holding space for you. This Nine of Wands that's sitting at the bottom. It's about recognition. It's about strength. You're holding on to your wand. You've already done so much in your life, and you can see that you've set up these incredible boundaries and incredible lessons and these fiery creative forces that have come into your arena, into your consciousness. And now you are standing, looking at everything, looking at ahead, and also realizing that it's okay. Everything is magical. Everything is full of charisma and charismatic. Magical is really something powerful. I do feel with the eight, Yes, the eight of pentacles. The whole idea of upgrading yourself, putting those certificates up on the wall, inspiring yourself to be the better version or the best version of yourself has been something that has been a huge growth period for you. And even if there aren't any certificates, you've managed to access the angelic realm. You've managed to access realms in the quantum field where you speak about it to others, and others are like, say, what are you talking about? How did you, where did you? And it's just something that you can put up on in your Akashic records. You can put up in your wall, in your psyche, in your heart, and you can just say, I did it. I did it. I am phenomenal. I'm incredible. And you have worked truly hard on yourself in the past. And that is what has been the driving force for this incredible adaptation in your life, adaptability. And you work well, in a team. And you might not think that, but you do. Your higher self is also asking you to work with your team of guides, the three of Pentacles, in order for you to be abundant and all of these wonderful things, but also to be happy and joyful, is to see how you can work in collaboration with your spirit guides, collaboration with your angels, collaboration with Mother Earth and all of her beings. And this is going to bring you so much enlightenment, so much love, so much joy, is your connection and your collaboration with others. There's still a bit of worry, there's still a little of that sensation of what if I don't have enough? What if this dream of mine doesn't, is not fulfilled? What will I do then? And that concern is almost bleeding into your future. So you want to work on that by releasing, taking some bay leaves, thanking them, and writing on the bay leaf poverty, and taking the bay leaf and holding it to your third eye, then to your heart, and placing it gently over a fire and just watching it, burn, obviously releasing it into a bowl where it can burn and letting that be transmuted. Your fear of loss or isolation or lack of is almost clouding the way ahead. So remember to focus on joy. Remember to focus on what makes you happy. What brings you happiness? What brings you love? What brings you joy? What makes you smile? And almost like enhance those qualities, those traits. Because when you do, the rest of the world will start to smile and shine alongside you. And thereby the abundance will flow. And many times I've seen it, when people have got a lot of money, abundance, financial worth, it's almost like they're lacking in other areas. And I sometimes think to myself, well, maybe you were a cosmic being of great different abundance, in a previous lifetime. In this lifetime, you've chosen a financial wealth, and when I look into their hearts and their soul, I still see the same suffering as I see within the poor man's heart. We are all sentient life. So we all fear the lack of, we all fear, and wealthy, not wealthy, it doesn't matter. We always want a little bit more, a nest egg. So yes, it is a concern, but remember to focus on the love, the compassion, the hope, destiny, the miracles, and these incredible vibrations will feed you and illuminate you going forward. Okay, so you have got a beautiful way of, this is how you see yourself, all right? The Ace of Pentacles, it's new start, fresh start, new beginnings. Could be a new job, could be a new avenue that you're working on, and you are currently at a stage in your life where you're like, I'm ready for this new birth, this new idea, this new frequency, this new vibration, to emerge with it and to be immersive, to emerge my consciousness, myself, and it's going to bring you wealth and abundance. It's there. The pentacles are, in the hand, in the sky, and it's an offering to you. Somebody is offering, and because it's how you see yourself as being offered something great, something phenomenal. And that is exactly what the cards are saying. And let's have a look at wow. Okay, so there's a bit of conflict. Others see you maybe a bit competitive, maybe a little bit, something that you say stokes a fire inside of them. And that fiery energy, as you can see with the wands, it sometimes clashes against what they believe in. And it can provoke their thinking. And that can be good for you in many ways. We learn how to be adaptable, with the Two of Pentacles. Remember the card that represents you. That is all about ease, adaptability, taking challenges one step at a time, breathing, not over complicating things, bringing back down to basics. Now, this is how others see you. So at the moment, you've got a little bit of conflict and competition, but that's okay. That's all right. It happens with each and every one of us. What we need to do is just balance it out, bring in our breath, bring in our gratitude, journal about it, connect with Mother Earth, connect with Mother Gaia, and just get back into a state of grace. That is what is going to bring that tranquility out. Tranquility is already inside of you. We always think there's so much chaos around us, where we can find the order, and we look for the order outside. And the order is always within us. And even when we are sitting in amongst the chaos of maybe a loud waterfall, a loud stream, a loud jungle, in the jungle, or we are sitting at a coffee shop, or we are sitting in a bus, waiting to get off the bus, and there's just loud noise and the engines and the brakes, but you find that inner peace. It's almost like you are amplifying your tranquility within you. That is where the conflict and the competition will just settle down into a balanced ratio, so that you don't feel overwhelmed. So many people can actually see that you are a little bit overwhelmed, and you feel like you keep on having to fight for yourself, fight for your rights, fight for this, fight for that. I do love this. You're hopeful for a positive friendship, a positive new beginning, quite possibly a love romance. I do love this because in your reading, you've got the Lovers, which is your challenge card or your lesson card. And you're wanting to be vulnerable with somebody else, especially yourself. And then you've got the Two of Cups. So you're hopeful for this, but you're also scared of this, and that's indicative of human nature. We don't want to be hurt again. We don't want to feel loss. We don't want to give our hearts to somebody, and then we have to, grab all those pieces of our hearts back and put it back into our chest and start all over again. But that's the fear. But the hope is to share it with some individual that is beautifully guided to be there for you. And remember the law of attraction. So you will manifest that which is best for you, and they will manifest you as well, because you are best for them. All right, there's an encouragement here. Oh, all right. So sure, the Eight of Swords. There's some. It's almost like a sensation of self-criticism, entrapping yourself, not wanting to release yourself from the bonds that you've put into place there. And you can see all those swords around this individual, and you can see the rope and everything that she's bonded, to her thoughts, to her perception. So, and what she has manifested for herself. And it's almost a sensation of, I want to be happy. I want to have love. I want to be rich. I want to be successful. But at the same time, some aspect of you is almost limiting you and saying, you're not ready for that. It's not the right time. It's not this. It's not that. So a good thing to do is to sit down with this aspect of yourself and ask that aspect of yourself, what would help you to integrate into me, so that we, all the aspects of ourselves as one united union being, one consciousness, one voice, can then take the challenge to the world and say, I'm ready to dance. I'm ready to dance. I'm ready to accept the consciousness of the world. And it is truly, we can be, shall we say, we can be our worst obstacle, or we could be, or we can be, we possibly are our best supporter. We can be either or. And it's always about a choice. We have this choice that comes up in our lives, and we choose to give our time and our effort, and we choose to take back our, when we feel it's time to maybe just break it down a little bit and to move on, with the flow of the river. So this sensation of you feeling like you're going to be trapped again, you don't want to go back into bondage. It's all because it's the swords. It's in the mind, in the consciousness of air. So think about that when you're going into your arena right now, and understand, when we limit ourselves, when you limit yourself, we are limiting ourselves through our thoughts, which is obviously triggered through cellular memory. The best way to heal that cellular memory is through journaling, seeking out a Reiki practitioner, maybe somebody that you trust, and going to them to sit and allowing them to facilitate the healing that needs to come into your cells, healing your mind, your body, your spirit, so that you can trust the universe again and trust yourself. Because I think there's a part of you that doesn't trust yourself. And because you don't trust yourself, no matter how much you try to align with this beautiful being who you might want to have a partnership with, something prevents you. And then the more you try to trust that you're going to start this new business, this new career choice for yourself, this new opportunity, something comes up and you just feel like, it's like a bit of self-sabotage. You're like, I don't think I'm ready for that yet. And that's a bit out of my ballpark. And there's conflict. This 5 of Wands, it just keeps popping up. And it's like, and it's an internal conflict. It's not, and you might feel, hey, but it's the world, or it's this, it's that, and everything. But when we go back to our breath, when we become the breath, when we follow the breath in and the exhalation out, inhalation, exhalation, we realize that this is a limiting belief system that was placed upon us by our ancestors, and it still sits there sometimes in the DNA, in the chromosomes, and we need to almost blast it with so much loving light and recognize that we are whatever we seek. We are abundance, we are prosperity, we are compassion, we are generosity, we are sincerity, we are authenticity. And just work together with your team of spirit guides that are here with you, helping you. They've seen how hard you worked in the past, and your hard work, you're still worried that maybe it's not going to be enough. That worry leads you to go back to your work again and leads you to work harder. You are an intense person. You tend to be very grounded. You don't like to have many obstacles or conflict. But when they arise, what can you do? You can't always hide away from the world. You need to stand up for yourself. And this beautiful fate and karma that's guiding you, that's nurturing you, that's asking you to feel protected and almost trust the fates, trust the unpredictable nature of this card. And that's sitting in your subconscious realm. And it's just encouraging you to embrace the lovers. Embrace the lovers in your heart. Be vulnerable with yourself. That's the lesson here. And balance yourself and look forward to this beautiful union, because something is lurking and happening. Lurking sounds Dutch. So something is definitely rising and illuminating itself. That sounds a bit better, yes? Remember that you are extremely adaptable. You are an incredible being that not only juggling life and family and your own emotions and other people's emotions, and you do it for a living almost. There's pentacles here. You are an incredible human being who needs to be loved, who desires to be loved, but it's almost like sometimes you just choose not to feel that because there's this influence of self-criticism, overthinking, over-analyzing, over-strategizing to the point where you stand still and you're wrapped with the bindings around you and you blindfold yourself. You're like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. You're a beautiful soul. All right. So I had a beautiful soul come see me yesterday where my mom and I live. And he came, he's all the way, he's a beautiful being. Let's put it that way. I don't want to put him on the spot. All right. So this is one deck that he gifted me in the channel. So I want to say thank you to this beautiful being. Thank you. I can see you in my mind's eye. And this is another beautiful deck of cards that he gifted me as well. And they're like brand spanking new, without their packaging, obviously. But what an incredible gift for the channel, for you. So I'm going to give this deck a shuffle. And I just want to get another card for you, whoever you are. Look how pretty they are. Oh, and they feel so crisp and new, and they smell divine. And it's just such a nice honor and a privilege to have these beautiful gifts coming to you for your session, for your... Okay. Seeing this card. Woohoo is wonderful. All right. So I like that very much. Woohoo is wonderful. Very beautiful. And I'm sure in the booklet, this beautiful individual has made this incredible, but I can see the heart there. I can see this embrace of yourself, this tenderness. And it just feels like you feel woo-woo, you're feeling wonderful, and everything will just arise for you. And when you feel woo-woo wonderful, this just converts itself into more abundance. All right. So feel wonderful in your life. Feel Feel that expression. You are number one. This card is number one, and you are number one. You see that number one over there? You are number one. In this journey of life, you are your number one. And look after your number one. You are this incredible individual that needs to feel loved, because you love so many others and almost feel a little bit misunderstood. And you need to trust your vibe, as the cards say. Trust your vibe. Let's have a look at the Buddhism reading cards. All right. That's beautiful. Comes with a beautiful booklet, beautiful cards. Wonderful. And I'm sure many of you around the world have maybe got this deck. And it's the first time I'm playing with these beautiful cards. Honored and humbled. And let's just ask the cards for a message for you in this sacred time. They're saying I need to remove one. Okay. And then this one. No. This one. This one is for you. Equanimity. All right, equanimity. Let's just change it over. There you go. You can see it there. Beautiful. Let me read it for you. This is a quote from the Dalai Lama. I find hope in the darkest of days and focus in the brightest. I do not judge the universe. Very powerful. Equanimity embodies forging ahead with an unshakable courage to experience all circumstances that come your way, and without judging them as good or bad, right or wrong, gain or loss, so that you will not be disturbed by your own negative emotions. Nothing can then spin you out of your calm center. Power. Power, power, power. And we were speaking about that. And look at the beautiful illustrations. Isn't this wonderful? And this is Sofan Chan. You can get your own. AU, that's interesting. From Australia. Rockpool Publishing. Power, power, power. So I think that's a wonderful card. Equanimity. Equanimity. Number 31. Yes? What does that number mean for you? 3 and 1 is a 4. Do you break it down? Do you leave it at 31? What's happening? All right, that's so great. I'm so grateful to be able to share this beautiful deck and the other deck with you. What an honor and a privilege. Okay. So remembering the 2 major arcana cards for you, Wheel of Fortune, Lovers. Very important to remember. It's almost like you're a little bit too scared to take the plunge, but the universe is saying, trust. Trust your intuition, trust your feeling, and go with the flow. You've got a lot of pentacles here, no doubt. Whether you've got some earth signs in your astrology, you might be a Virgo, you might be a Capricorn. You might be, what are the other earth signs? Beautiful earth signs. You might be somebody who is challenging themselves to be like level up, with this earth energy that's coming in and grounding yourself. Quite possibly the energies that have been coming through for you wherever you are and whenever you are watching this video might be quite overwhelming, and you need to just put your buttocks on the earth and connect your root chakra to Pachamama, to Mother Gaia, and just feel how the earth is healing you. Taurus is another one. Yes, Capricorn, Taurus, all these beautiful earth elements. We want you to feel that groundedness, and just to remember that possibilities are coming to you. You need to adapt and just keep on juggling. Work as a team, be a team player with your guides. Yes, you're going to be worried about money. We all do. But focus on your skills. Your skills are what are unique, and you are unique. And that is why people want you. All right. We've got 1 2 of cups. We've got 1 emotional card. But remember how this impeccably marries with that one. Something is happening here, and it could be an old romance, could be a new romance, but it feels like it's your hopes and your fears. You worry a lot about things, and you almost like overcomplicate it to the point where you self-criticize, you put yourself down, and that creates a lot of conflict with the 5 of Wands. So just breathe. Bring it back down to simples, that woo-woo, happy moment. Just feel that excitement inside of yourself so that you can manifest it. All right, I love you, and I'm so grateful to be of service to you. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. You stay blessed until we meet again. Ciao for now.